I feel like we live and we are blindly live. So, hey everybody. I do apologize for the technical difficulties. Welcome to Mirror Mirror. Man, I know this has to be something good tonight because listen, y'all, we've been at this since 6:45 trying to get this together. So I know this is going to be really, really good. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for tuning in. This is Mirror Mirror, where we keep it real, raw, and rooted in God. So I want to introduce my co-host tonight. I have my girls with me. I have Miss Quin and Miss Ceaqua. Y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Y'all don't know how I look. I'm just gonna let God have his way tonight because listen, it's been a journey even to get to y'all. So I know this is gonna be really good. Tonight we're talking about sisterhood, all things sisterhood. Sisterhood when it comes to relationships with each other, relationships with family. We're talking about holiday shenanigans. We're talking about everything sisterhood. And I'm excited to have everybody on. I can't see who's on. I'm actually on my phone tonight. But hey, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, okay? So, y'all, let's kind of pick up where we left off. But before we do that, I want you guys each to introduce yourselves so we can kind of get into it.
All right. Well, as Kimberly have already said, I am Quin Crumpton, and I am excited to be here tonight to talk some really good conversation about sisterhood.
And I am Ceaqua Dodson, the future Mrs. Scott, I should say. Let me go ahead and get
That's
comfortable with
right.
saying that. And
That's
I am
right.
just, I love being in the company of just, like you say, just real, raw, and rooted in God's sisterhood. And I'm ready tonight for us to do what we do best. Just keep
Oh,
it real and
Keep it
talk.
real. That's
yes.
it.
Y'all. Okay, so we got some catching up to do. I'm gonna try to. Is my phone too low? Like, are
Oh,
y'all
that's
looking up
good. That's
right there?
good. You're right
Mhm.
Okay.
there.
Perfect.
So, okay, I feel a little better now because, baby, I was about to give up. That's why it's important for you to have people in your life and in your corner that's not gonna let you give up. Because I almost said, you know
For
what? Well, I
real.
did say I don't even want to do it no more. And so
Mm-mm.
Quay say, no,
Mhm.
we not giving the devil that much power.
That's not. It's
So
not
it's
even an
just good to
option.
have people in your corner that's going to push you through, that's going to support you to make sure you do what you're supposed to do. So thank y'all for that tonight. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to kind of pick up where we left off because we talked about a lot of stuff last time. I mean,
Hmm.
I called it a gumbo,
It was.
a gumbo.
It was
So,
good.
hey,
Yes.
all right. So the holidays are coming up. I want to start with the holidays. What do y'all have planned for the holidays?
I can't. Oh my goodness! Like Thanksgiving was enough. Like Thanksgiving just. I felt like I blinked and it was Thanksgiving, and
You
that was
did.
enough.
You
I
was.
haven't even. Haven't even made it to Christmas yet. But honestly, I think because like we kind of, well, in the past, let me say this, growing up, I realized that I kind of brought in some childhood I don't know if I should call it trauma, but what I realized with my own children is that we used to jump from house to house to house to house so much that by the time we did make it back home, like they got to enjoy the holiday after the holiday.
Mm.
So this year, and I've been doing this for a few years, but definitely this year, we're keeping it grounded. We're staying home. We'll be in our jammies. If we want to go to the movies, we'll do that. And if anybody want to stop by, they are more than welcome. But this holiday season, I am choosing me and my children and my fiance.
All right
Oh,
now.
I love that.
All
I
right.
absolutely love that because sometimes the holidays can get a little hectic and the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
expectations of others it can feel a little extra.
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
because it's like we're gonna go to this house, we're gonna go to that house, we're gonna do this.
Mm.
And I love your idea. I do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that. Sounds really good. Staying at home and just, you and your family just relaxing. I love the holidays, but I do also understand that, some people may be grieving.
Yeah.
Some people, it just may not look like it
Mhm.
looked last year.
Right.
So how do you think when you have a change, like, and it don't have to be necessarily a loss, but I'm saying just it could be the loss of a relationship. Like you may have been with somebody last year that you're not with this year, or you may have had, your sister that you had last year that you don't have this year. So what advice can you give somebody who holiday does not look the same like it did last year?
Well, I was going to piggyback off the first question real quick. As far as what the holidays, like Sequay said, I grew up as well, house hopping, but I don't know why the older that we got, my family just kind of got away from that. Like we used to meet in just one house, but for whatever reason, as time went, we got away from that. But as you pointed out, Kimberly, as far as the holiday looks different for everyone for whatever different reason. But I find myself kind of grieving a little bit during the holidays. And what I'm grieving is family has transitioned. And this happened from November, of course, Thanksgiving to New Year. But what I would say to someone that may be dealing with some sort of loss, whether it's grieving or not, I would most definitely say still show up, because that's what I do. I show up to, make those new memories, because it's still gratitude. It's still something to, celebrate. Because the holidays to me are a wonderful time. We're thinking about like what food, we're thinking about celebrations, we're thinking about, gifts, and people are traveling. But I would say, still, show up, still, try to make new memories. I would say that, because life is still going. I'm not saying to hurt whatever the loss is or the grief could be as far as relationship, but I would say still try to celebrate in what way that you can celebrate.
That's good. I think for me, I would tell somebody who doesn't who holiday isn't gonna look the same this year. I would say sit in it. I would say feel what you need to feel. And I wouldn't say rush through, the holidays, but I would definitely say make room for it. Make room
Absolutely.
for, what it is you're feeling and what you're going through, but then also make room and time to enjoy. And like Quinn
Mhm.
say, it's so much to be grateful for. A lot of times we put the emphasis, especially on Christmas, we put the
Yeah.
emphasis on gifts, what we can buy for the kids, well, and I do understand, like, in today's economy, it that may not be the case this year, but find a way to make a new tradition, make it new this year, make it enjoyable and pleasing to your family, where you take the pressure off yourself, and it may not be all about,
Absolutely.
money, because sometimes things are not going to look like they did, last season, last year, yesterday.
Right.
So we have to figure out what it looks like for us and do what's best for us and our families. But well, mine was a little different, y'all. Growing up, I didn't have we okay, so we my family, the majority of my family stayed here, and I was in California. So we had people we would go visit, but it didn't feel holidayish to me because we didn't have family like we was around all the time. So, um, as I got older and became an adult, I enjoyed like going around like my husband's people and just different my family, my mom's side, my dad's side. I enjoyed that because I didn't have that growing up. But I mean, what Sequay said sounds amazing.
Yeah. And that's what I did this Thanksgiving. I, had a small, people to come over. I'm just not going to say people, my sons and my nephew. And we did board games. We
Yeah.
relaxed, and we didn't stick to the traditional Thanksgiving food, but we had to have dressing. I call it dressing. I know some people call it stuffing, but
No, we
I
don't
call,
call it stuffing.
I
We
call it
call it
dressing.
dressing.
But it was a very, you know, I would say intimate because again, it was like Ceaqua said, very, you know, small, but we played board games, we had food and you know, all those great things as well. Of course, I did invite family to come over and, you know, some, you know, were in their own places, you know, celebrating in their own places. I don't know. Is that a new thing or something? Because like I said, I grew up where we will sometimes meet at one person's house, but as I've gotten older, it's not like that anymore. Everyone is in there doing their own thing.
Yeah, everybody doing their own thing. I don't know if it's a new thing or not. I just think, you know, maybe people are building their own family traditions, you know.
True.
I don't really know. I miss getting together with the family, but then I do
I
also
like that.
understand, you know, staying home. So when people come to your house, what they look forward to? What's your signature dish?
Oh, do I have a signature dish?
So mine's just kind of going back to Quinn. So mine's is actually the dressing. It's actually dressing and banana pudding. So those are my two signature dishes because my siblings and I, we can all cook. Like we can
All
all
right.
cook.
Okay,
But
come
You
on,
should put that
cooking
T
family.
on cook.
yeah, there are certain things like my brother can go literally all year without picking up the phone to call me or anything. But at Thanksgiving, he is looking for his dressing, even if because for me and my kids, this go around is different because over the years, especially with my previous marriage, we always went with my family. Always, right? So for the last 20 years, we've always went with my family because he didn't celebrate the holidays. So now that we are integrating into a blended family, we're learning how to kind of split that time. So if I don't, if we choose to start out with his family or maybe go with their family, they're like, hey, you can go, but can you please send our pans of dressing before you so but I always, I'm fun. So like when I do get a chance to host, for me, it's more than just sitting down eating. Like I want to see some games. We may have some
Yeah,
karaoke. I'm
absolutely.
gonna go with the little kids. I want to see what the little kids are doing. So, I may have some bubbles and balloons for them, a little basketball outside. I mean, just, I want everybody
Yeah,
to kind of leave with memories.
Yeah.
And not just, and then we'll wind down later on, put on a movie, as my brother would say, because me and my brother, we're like 14 years apart. So he's a lot older than I am. So he'll go outside and put on the oldie but goldies as they as they say, and we just have a good time. So, I definitely try to make it an experience.
That's good.
wow.
Oh, yes, I love that.
I
An
think me and
experience.
Sequoia had the same menu because I did banana pudding too. Yeah, I did banana pudding as well.
I didn't cook
Okay.
dessert though. I'm not
It
ashamed
has
to
to be
say
some
I didn't cook
dessert.
dessert. We didn't even do a traditional menu this year. So my
Yeah.
husband put oxtails on the grill, and then he
Okay.
ended up smothering them in some gravy. I did dressing, I did dirty rice, and I did some more things, but I must say the dressing that I made this year has been the best one yet.
I think
So,
everybody's like, my dressing is the best. What's in your dressing, Kimberly?
oh, I will not tell.
That's
I
that
was just
secret
about to say,
recipe.
let me get my
I will
notepad
not
real
tell,
quick.
but it was good. It was good. And everybody in my house, everybody eats different things. So my
Hmm.
daughter, she doesn't eat Thanksgiving food, as she calls
Oh
it.
wow.
So everybody is like really picky on what they eat. And I used to cook for everybody. So now when I cook, I make sure I cook what I like. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the holidays. I am. And I'm looking forward to just the new year and what it brings, this month, let alone this has been a this has been a good year, but this month has been tough. Well, November, I'm gonna say November. Like, it just felt like battle after battle after
Yeah.
battle. But I'm just looking forward to life. I mean, I'm just in a good space right now, and yeah, learning how to um push through no matter what.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
we had, okay, so let me take it. Let me take it back. So the last conversation we had, we kind of, it wasn't a debate, but we were talking about friendships. So shout out to Shaka. We miss you.
Shaka, we
And we
miss
wish you were
you.
here.
Yes.
We understand she had to work tonight, but
Yeah.
we all talked about friendships. So Sequay and Shaka had their tears. I had circles, and Quinn, you just was a quality versus quantity type thing.
Yes.
So, um, and as life has been going on, I think about y'all. You know, when something happens, I be like, I wonder would that be considered tier one or tier two? Because because I was like, oh, y'all have too many people. So Sequay, break down your tiers for us again.
Okay, so my top tiers are like my what I call my life friends, my ride or die friends, right? So these are the people that like there's this meme that goes around on TikTok and he comes in and he's like, I need your help. We're gonna hurt some people and we can never talk about it again. He's like, okay, which car are we taking, yours or mine? Okay, like those are my tier ones, right? Tier
Mm-hmm.
twos are people that are I call them friends because we've maybe done life together, throughout college. Our kids have grown up, or, we've made bonds and, over work and things like that. Um, we may not hang out all the time. We may not call each other all the time. And there may be long periods to go through, but when we do see each other and we reconnect, it's almost like, we pick right back up where we left off. And then my third tier, just really associates, people that I see
Oh,
you in
yeah.
passing, and it's, not to say that I don't care, but it's like, hey, how you doing? Like, okay, great. All right, well, have a great day. It's no, like, I'm not really, they don't really hold weight or a factor, just in my life. Like, I'm not picking up the phone to call you. So those are just what I call like passerbys, people that you may work with every day, but you don't have like a personal relationship with, or things like that. But my tier ones, it's a bit. I mean, it's literally a very small circle.
Hmm. So you
Okay.
include the coworkers in your count.
Only the ones that I have relationship
Okay.
with. So
Okay.
some I've met over the years, that have really shown up for me. Like sometimes,
Yeah.
like this is what I've learned. Like what I've noticed that sometimes I don't realize sometimes when people want to be in relationship like with me, like they really want to get to know you, like to be amongst the vibe that you bring, and last year I had a very traumatic experience with my daughter, and I'll be honest with you, some of those coworkers showed up for me in ways that moved some of my tier two people to the bottom.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like they were not the ones. Now my tier ones, all of them was there from day one. Like I'm coming over.
Mm-hmm.
What I need to do? What do I? But I was very shocked by some of those people in the middle. Like I say, I've done life with, and here I am at a very very detrimental moment in my life. And it was my coworkers who I didn't even know that was looking up to me, that was even wanting to be in relationship with me. And so in that moment of vulnerability, like like anything that I needed, like they showed up. And I'm not talking about just, materialistic, but I'm talking about in prayer. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll drive to South Carolina for you if I need to. Like that really showed me truly, the beauty in people. So yeah, some of them tier two people, yeah, they down at the pass about, hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. Swipe left.
See, I can't do the tier thing. Cause
Yeah,
it just seemed like a lot of people. I know
it
Shaka had
does.
her tier, her friends tier too. but I can't do the tier thing. I wish I could see the comments. I see something up there, but I can't see, and I don't know who's on, but if she's on, I wish she would be able to
I think Ceaqua is on.
okay.
Yeah,
I
I think
wish she
she's
would
on.
break her tears down too in the comments. But Quinn, tell us about your quality versus quantity friends.
Well,
And
my
how do you is it just explain to us how you do yours?
Well, through my personal experience, through the things I had to overcome, I learned this is what led me to the quality over quantity. I learned to nurture those that builds me. And I learned to distance myself from those that drain me. So that's where the quality and the quantity comes from. Because I had to separate. I wasn't thinking about tier 1, tier 2s. Again, who's building me? I'm not doing all the pouring, they're pouring. It's what I give, they give, and who's draining me, who's taking, or who's creating just a negative environment for me where I'm not growing here. I mean, it's nothing there. It's just drain. So I had to get to a place of, okay, no tier 1s, no tier 2s, not trying to move people around. And I realized there was too many. That's why I say, Ceaqua, I don't know how you do it. It was too many. And for me, sometimes too many, I even found myself in situations where, I know this young lady, and I'm in the middle, but they don't care for one another. I don't know, have you ever found yourself in that situation?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It used to be too much. So I'm like, so again, this is where my quality over quantity comes from. Who is nurturing me? Who I nurture those relationships that builds me, and I distance myself from those relationships that drains me.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes from. And it's not looking for, quality as far as, like you said, materialistic things and, nothing like that. Those quality comes from, iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? Who's speaking life, like you said, Ceaqua, who's there in times or, need, who's praying with me, who's my prayer warrior, who's my accountability partner. Those my quality pillar, my accountability partners, my prayer partners. Those that gonna, speak life in me, and those that gonna, keep it real with me. Like, I don't know about that, Quinn. Now, I don't, I take accountability with that. Those are the quality people, that I feel like they don't have underlining agendas. You know what I mean? Don't celebrate me when something happens good for me, but I'm still clapping for you, but you're not clapping for me. So
yeah.
Again, those that are draining me, they're there. Those that are building me, those relationships I nurture. And I would say this, I'm not a introvert or anything like that, but I'm sociable. I talk to everybody.
Quinn, I think we lost your audio.
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear her.
You can hear her?
Yes. Can you hear me, Kimberly?
You can hear Quinn?
Ceaqua, you can hear me?
I can't hear at all. So it must be something going on with my issue over here. But
we can hear you too,
go ahead.
Kimberly.
Hopefully it'll come back on.
Okay, we can hear you as well.
And then, Ceaqua, I was able to pull up. I'm looking at the comments. So Ceaqua, she said her level 1 is her best friends. Her level 2 are her friends. And her level 3 is her associates. Yeah,
Hold
and
on,
then
y'all.
Carla says,
can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Kimberly.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I don't know what's going on because my
what,
audio went completely out. Again, y'all, I do apologize because I don't know what's going on tonight. We have tried to get on. It has been a time, but I don't know. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
so Carla says she can hear you, Kim, but she can't see you. So
we can't see you.
Yeah, we can't see you, but Carla says she can hear you, but she can't see you.
Yes.
And Carla says she need a friend that's gonna clap loud, like she
exactly
around when she gone.
That's what I'm talking about. No, clap now. You know, sister, listen, I would say that sisterhood is a beautiful thing. We know that, right, Ceaqua? It's a